Anapay Yankupon Winshra na Onya Okesia. Eda wotumfo Nyankopon ase. Se odi enenso adom minum na aye ne pe na anapay so menu wadi ahia. Anapay memo akwaba. Ema good morning. Etiao ewe Yerade Yesu Kristo dimo. Enasu owura no edi acheye. Odi enenso adom minum se yamfanya insisie ewe yabrabo mu. Debia eni de Onyankopon eye edimaye. Enenso wama yakwanya senya na efata esemini se ede aseda ema otumfo Nyankopon. Anopenso meni ubedi nkomo kakra. Na menim se yenkomo no enko na wiye no. Na nyame babi a wotie me anya biribi afirimo. Mene wa hye nkomo bi a yedi be na wotwe ana na wotwe mienu so nie. Na menim se wanya bibi e de afirimo a wo de aka abrabo ne ho a eboa amaya koye ne mu kakra. Anapanso mene ubedi nkomo kakra. Babi a obi asi utrase na ye mompai. Udi ni afa onim fitiasie ene ewe Nyankopon. Bobra wonsem na akra nyina ehye. Ena no pai yeda wase se wadom ye no maboa ye no waka ye ho. Na anopai so odi adom ye. Bobra ebra so se wo kasa edi kire ye. Firi osuru musuru ebetu yemfo. Firi osuru musuru ebe ye na ten. Sanso na beka ye nim betere na minsem yiso ne ehu wo Kristo na minsem yiso ne ani wo ni ahia anopai yempa ibon se akoma bia aye dene akoma bia aye bo akoma yempa ibon se rano no kwa wo wasem se obayi wo bo akoma no ama ye honam akoma enana yi maya honam akoma ebetimi agye wo nsem anopai maya akoma Ebetimede accompany your word. A heart that is ready to accept you. A heart that is ready to observe whatever you give us this morning. Ura. Empire bonne say one sem enko na wie no ne ne wo ade ahia. Adominenti. Amen. Anano penso mene wodi nkomo kakra. We see we are in a battlefield and the battle line has been drawn. You have made to understand say in a battle it's either you are being killed or you are killed. In a battle when you are not prepared you cannot face the battle. Before we can confront the battle or go to the battle line, we need to be prepared. We cannot enter the battle without God. We cannot enter the battle without letting God come into the battle. Janto boasie mame na chembre kakra bi na mene wo enkasa tiemi pa. In a battle, before we can win in life, before we can be winners, we need to have the winning mentality. The winning mentality prepares you as you move towards the battle. It is through the winning mentality that produces the results that we want. And I'm telling you, everything that is in the physical has started in the spiritual. So before we can win this battle physically, before we can go into this battle physically and fight, we need to understand, say, We cannot do it without dealing with the spiritual aspect of the battle. Timie pa. Tidia komune amania ye fem. Oho ye nemu. Ade bia ye nemu no. Ye wunu say it has started from somewhere. That's why it is coming like that. Bibia ashasi every baby and by. Nothing came into being without being existing in the spirit. Timie pa. So before we can win any battle, we need to win it spiritually. We need to win it in the grounds that people cannot see. And when we have won, things will begin to manifest. Afe eniema be dedi amani penyina ehunu. Me pese me ka se me kiro. There are things that are difficult for man to have the victory because man does not understand the beginning of that thing. The ayat din say yebe hunu say yebe disun konim no. E wo say yete ase say e hyase free baby. So in the battle in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17 down, the battle has started from somewhere. So when David came into the equation, David marching on into the battle made it clear, say, if I'm able to kill lion and bear, this Philistine man will be like them. Make us say me natural. In the creation of God, in the book of Genesis chapter 1, the verse number 26 down, Bible said, and God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have complete authority over the fish of the sea, and the birds of the air, and the beasts, and over all the earth, and over everything that creeps upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image and likeness of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. So when you come to the book of Genesis chapter 2, the verse number 7, it tells us the formation of man. But in the mind of God, in the sight of God, man has been created. So man was created spiritually before it came into being in the physical form. So the battle that we are fighting, if we don't tackle the battle on the spirit side, it becomes difficult for us to win it on the physical side. So before we can win any battle in life, we need to understand and tackle it in the spirit side. Because man was created before man was formed. So in the mind of man, or in the mind of God, man has been created already. But he came to let us know how man was being formed. That was when the Bible makes us to understand in the book of Genesis 2, the verse number 7 down, it says, Ana otiti e form dotie no de nwini wo nipa. No home enkwa home edigu wo nipa mu. No nipa ba ya okra atiasefo. And in the book of Genesis chapter 1:26, no, he said, let us create man. So he said, God created him male and female. So in the sight of God, man was already existing. But man needed to be manifested, to come into being, to come into form. And when man is coming to form, man needs to be formed. And Bible describes that man was formed out of clay and the breath of God. So David knew, say, this battle that I am going into, it cannot be a battle I will just go just like that. So I need to tackle this battle from the other side that nobody knows. So David was having the mentality of winning. David was having the mindset of winning. And when David was approaching this battle, in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17, the verse number 24, and it says, all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, they fled and terrified. The verse number 47, I can see me. And David said, and all this assembly shall know that the Lord saved not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into my hands. David said, and all will know. So for the manifestation of victory to come, all the people will know. So in the verse number 36, David can say me. Now I'll say, your servant killed both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be like one of them, for he has defied the armies of the living God. Your servant has killed lion and bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be like one of them. So in the mind of David, the Philistine champion, that is Goliath, is going down like the lion and the bear that God gave him, and God allowed him to kill. The onyame boa no ema wo kum wo mo emere bi no sanso na omomuntuni we woni power ya mo friend say oye champion no ono so go down like them. Bra timi ba abra boy mu a ye boy se ye nya adwene bi say ye nkunimdifo a ebe ye dene say ye bedi nkunim, se ye nya biribi amana nkyere ye nse ye nam no ye nkunimdifo saa yade we entimi nim so de abusua ne nam no me kwa de me nka ho, de obi fam no me so me nka ho, me man nka ho, me busuafo nka ho. So when you start to make that manifestation, or that you start to have that mindset, that thing will start to manifest in your life. Now afi asha say a dead. So when David was marching on into Goliath anymore, Bible said David was in the mind of winning. And if you don't understand of winning in that situation, you can never win. If you don't have the mind of winning in that situation, you can never win, because winning should be part of your life. So in the book of Proverbs, I can assembly and I no pay. Proverbs chapter 23, the verse number 7. I can assembly and no pay. Then to was here next me. For as he thinks in his heart, so he is. As one reckons, he says to you, eat and drink, yet his heart is not with you. For as he thinks in his heart, so he is. Mami, said they would journey our what mono. Said they would journey our wakumemo. Said they would journey our brabonum. Sounds so and a yaho edemao. Because as a man thinketh, so as he becomes. So when you think you are winning, that mentality prepares you to move on into the winning side. And if you think you are losing, that losing mentality lead you into losing. And pay me back about what he has said. In any challenges that we are facing, in any difficulties that we find ourselves, it is better to go in with a mind of winning. And that mind of winning is only done when we have the winning team on our side. When we have God in this equation, everything tends to be good. And pay me pa. Mr. Pa. David said, "Omomontuni we ebayese emwana maku omo emere bi akono. Situation na wo kom no, ebesesa. Ene na echiase efiri wo se wo no, ubenya adwene se. Kwa mi kom ni nyina medi nkunimde na ekọ. Kwa mi kom ni nyina memfa nkugu emba. Adesua mi sua yi, esamsami koye yi. Awari mi wura mi, adwuma mi ye yi. De mi ye biara, I will make sure, sir, I will end it well and it will end well. A mindset. A journey. And whatever that a man thinks, so he becomes. So the book of Proverbs, one and so as I can't send you there, Proverbs chapter 18, the verse number 20 down. I can't send me. Or say, a man's self shall be filled with the fruit of his mouth. A man's self shall be filled with the fruit of his mouth. Proverbs chapter 18, the verse number 20. You will have to live with the consequences of everything you say. With the consequences of everything you say. So when I believe that there are things that I am going through will not stay upon me, there are things that I am thinking about, and I will say it. I will make a positive declaration. I will make a positive confession about it, and I will declare unto my life that my children will not be like this, my wife will not be like that, my husband will not be like that, and I will think like that. So the moment you are thinking and the moment you are making that declaration, and things will begin to change. Also, you have to live with the consequence of everything you say. What you say can preserve your life or destroy it. So you must accept the consequence of your words. David is saying, so the words of David was in the line of victory, because in his mind he was in the victorious side. This mind was made up of victory. At the point, I don't know what you are thinking of. Neither do I know what declaration that you are declaring on your life today, this morning. But I came here to tell you, say, if you have something to say, say, ne wo biribi declare edito ya ma abraboso e wo biribi ka edito ya abraboso a ye ma yenka ensampa na ensampa na ye beka no ene be ye ho ade ma ye. It will be wicked on your side to make wicked declaration on your children and your generation, and later the repercussion that will come, no, you cannot bear them. And pay me srawa and pay me paucho me say si ebetimi ya wini a si ebetimi ya becoming victorious. We need to have the victory in our mind. We should think about victory. The battle now you're facing, we have that victory in our side because we are working with a victorious man, and that man is Jesus. Because also we do war and if he has been able and we are with him, he will never leave us nor forsake us. And I don't pay, mommy, papa. Say one sembika, bra, minu haba. Mayan country and da. Say me yari enu ne dimiko wom. Mayan country and da. Say the me fam ye enu ana be say me. Mayan country and da. Say the ye komu enu ana de ye be ko na wiye. Ba me wa ha country wo say. Say wo benya adwene bia. Adwene ne adwene foforo ye. Adwene a eye nkunimdie adwene. Adwene a ekansempa. Adwene a edi ema eniema dane. Adwene a ema niema enremain the same. Enu be ananope me back at you. If you want to win the battles that we are facing, the life challenges that we go through, we need to have a mindset of winning. And when the mindset is being implanted in us, whatever that we will declare, whatever that we are saying, whatever that we are mentioning, I am telling you, it will come to pass. This morning, I want you to make certain declarations in your life. And I am telling you those declarations, as a man thinketh, so as he is. And whatever the man confesses from his mouth, man is to have the consequences of it. So whatever thing that you will confess, there is a consequence attached to it. David is saying, one moment tuni way obaye se emo amakunu merebi na okono enyameko na okono eyewrade ko anopai te aseɛ sɛ yɛmfa adwene a ɛyɛ nkonimdi adwene yɛnka nsɛmpa ɛnto yɛ abrabɔ so yɛnka nhyira nsɛm ɛngu yɛ mma ne so yɛnka nhyira nsɛm ɛngu yɛ yere ne so yɛnka nhyira nsɛm ɛngu yɛ awareɛ ne mu yɛnka nhyira nsɛm ɛngu yɛ kunu ne so yɛnka nhyira nsɛm ɛngu business biara a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ bia mu na awurade ɛte ase na awurade wɔ hɔ yi deɛ meka kyerɛ wo sɛ nneɛma ɛnyɛ saa daa anɔpa yi ɛyɛ good morning Jesus Christ nie so wokɔ Facebook a ɛyɛ good morning Jesus Christ wokɔ YouTube a ɛyɛ good morning Jesus Christ Instagram ɛyɛ good morning _ Jesus Christ nyankopɔn nhyira wo na ɔnyɛ wo kɛseɛ na meyɛ adom a yɛbɛsɛ ahyia shalom peace makrao bye bye